Hello, my name is Sewell with Palmer Engineering, and I am the project manager for the Downtown Ashland Transportation Feasibility Study along Winchester Avenue. This study was in partnership with the City of Ashland, KYTC, and the Kiowa. As part of the study, we were looking at Winchester Avenue between 13th and 18th to see if converting it from 4 lanes down to 2 lanes would impact traffic on Greenup and the surrounding roadways. We also, with converting it to 2 lanes, would open up the option to have some angled parking to improve safety, to provide a means to revitalize the downtown area, and to improve the walkability for all users, improve the walkability and the way all users can access downtown. As part of the study, one thing we were asked to look at, we began with the existing conditions, looking at what's out there today, such as traffic volumes, how many we did traffic counts, and we also did traffic analysis to determine what actually is the level of service of the intersections along this corridor. And we were pleasantly surprised to find everything was either an A or a B in the area with existing conditions, existing layout. We also looked at existing geometrics, roadway curvature and all that, and everything there was met the standards of today. And we also looked at the available parking. We looked at how many spots were being utilized during a typical weekday during the noon hours when we expect it to be the busiest, and how many spots were available. Well, how many spots were not being used. And from that, we created traffic simulations to show the flow of traffic of the downtown area in its existing configurations. And then we also did those for the 2 alternatives that we've developed. At this point, I'll talk to you about the 2 alternatives that we've developed. Alternative 1 is reduces Winchester from 13th to 18th, as I mentioned, down to 2 lanes. It will provide 14-foot driving lanes. This option will have angled pull-in parking where you would pull into the space and then back out into traffic when you're ready to leave. This is kind of traditional for what most people have probably seen in some other downtown areas. It would also have a bike lane with sharrows in the lane, so the bikes would actually drive in the lane just as cars are. And it would have signalized intersections at 13th, 14th, just as they are today, 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. So what it would also have with alternative 1 is we did, with the volume of traffic that is turning onto the bridge, we did end up having to add a right turn lane up there at 13th. As I mentioned, all intersections would be signalized. It would have pull-in parking. This would allow us to increase the total number of spaces from today by 25 actual spaces along Winchester Avenue. It would create bulb outs for pedestrians to cross, providing a shorter distance for those crossings. And it would create a bus unloading area up at the theater, and also a mid-block crossing has been discussed between 15th and 16th Street with this option. Alternative 2 was another option we looked at that had 2 lanes, 1 in each direction. The lane width actually got reduced to 11.5-foot lanes on this option. And it does have a raised 6-foot median in the middle that could be mountable. It could be a standard curb. It could have decorations in it. It could just be a concrete median with decorative stamps in it. But that is to keep people from trying from the other direction, pulling across into these spots rather than doing what they're designed to be, which is back-end parking. Within back-end parking, what you do is it's just like parallel parking. You actually give your turn signal, pull past the space that you want to back into, and then you back into that spot. And then when you're ready to leave, at that point, you just pull out. So it does provide some safety benefits from that standpoint, and that you're not backing out into traffic. Another option is that some people like is that when you are shopping in the downtown area, when you go to put things in your trunk, you're right there at the sidewalk, and your trunk's right there in front of you. You don't have to walk out into traffic to put the items in your trunk or your back seat. It would also have a bike lane with sharrows, so the bicycles would ride in the lanes with the cars. And this one has many roundabouts at the 4 of the intersections, 4 of the 5. It will have them at 14th, 15th, 17th, and 18th. These mini roundabouts have a 50-foot inscribed circle. It is mountable, a 15-foot driving lane for cars to drive in. The mountable median is key because with big trucks that come down for deliveries, they can drive up over the center island and still be able to navigate through the downtown area. With alternative 2, you'll see a lot of the same features that were on the first one. We would still have the right turn lane at 13th. We would have roundabouts at, as I mentioned, 14th, 15th, 17th, and 18th. And 16th would no longer be a signal. It would be stop controlled on the side street on 16th. We did look at trying to make a roundabout there also, but would just impact the recently constructed area that the green space area that they're on 16th. And it provides the equal number of parking spaces as what's there today along Winchester. If you get rid of the mid-block, you probably will increase it by about 6 or 7 spots, but it also provides the bulb outs for the shorter pedestrian crossings, the bus unloading area there at the theater also. And as I mentioned, the mid-block crossing is shown in there, but may or may not be used. Alternative 2, it costs a little bit more money than alternative 1. Alternative 1 is $2.9 million. Alternative 2 is $3.5 million. I will say with alternative 2, you get the trifecta of safety benefits, as we like to call it. You get mini roundabouts, which are safer than signalized intersections. You get a road diet, which both alternatives have, but then you also get back-in parking, which has been proven to be safer than pull-in parking. So from a safety standpoint, alternative 2 provides a better safety benefit, but at a little bit higher costs for construction. And with that, I will, we are currently finalizing the report. We hope to have that finalized by the end of the month, into February, 1st of March. At that point, the city can use that to seek funding for design and construction. And I'll take any questions. Thank you.